The following clip was recorded and shared by the channel Paranormal Eidolon, who himself claims to be a paranormal enthusiast. He came across something really interesting, and the video description reads as follows. I caught this by accident. I had posted it to my other channel and someone picked it up. This is the raw unedited footage. I was testing the zoom on a new camera I bought. I didn't see this when I took the video. The thing is, I got so unwell after this, I nearly died. I am wondering what I caught was something warning. I didn't get it until I looked back at some old footage. I know people will think this isn't real, but this is the raw video. I believe it is something, but I can't prove either way. It wasn't just a bird I caught. The only thing is, there's no bottom half, and only the head, or what looks like a head, is moving. Did this man capture a ghost here? Some believe this to be a scarecrow, but I think it looks a bit too strange for that. But what do I know? This clip was uploaded by FrostmareTV, and it certainly is very strange. It seems to have been taken from a CCTV in some sort of gravel yard or maybe a construction site. The CCTV picks up a bizarre shadow figure that appears to be floating through the yard. If you look closely, you can make out what appears to be a head and even two arms. It also seems that some dogs in the area have noticed the figure as well. They look to be running and barking towards whatever it is that is floating through. Things get even stranger though, as it moves up towards the road. It seems to become more and more human-like. This is definitely a very mysterious video. What could possibly explain this odd capture? Do you think this is truly a ghostly spirit caught on the CCTV? Now we are following a brave adventurer named S. Our tale begins at a once thriving traveling lodge that fell into disarray many years ago. Now nothing remains but dust-covered furniture and decaying appliances. However, there's an inexplicable aura that surrounds this place, sending shivers down S's spine. He can't quite pinpoint it, but there's something unsettling in the air. And armed with his camera, S ventures deeper into the desolated lodge. Every creaking floorboard and flickering light adds to the mounting tension, but it's when he enters a particular room that the extraordinary unfolds. Let's take a look. The atmosphere in this room is unlike any other. It sends chills down our spines, and we can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. S leaves his camera behind, hoping to capture any supernatural presence, and hours pass without any significant incidents. But suddenly, something remarkable is caught on camera. Take a closer look. See how the back cushion of the chair eerily presses against the wooden frame, as if someone invisible were taking a seat. This baffling footage left S utterly bewildered. It validates his initial feeling that there was something peculiar about this room. But what does it all mean? Is there a plausible explanation for this? Or are we dealing with forces beyond our comprehension? As of yet, the answers elude us, leaving us with more questions than answers. Jake Matt has shared the following video of his best friend's sister. He states that she was the only person home at the time, and while recording and singing along to his song, a shadow man could be captured, standing behind her in the living room. Again, it is very unclear what exactly is standing there in the room. But the sudden appearance could make one believe that it could be an otherworldly force. Now we're taking a look at the first investigation of investigator Paranormal Popcorn, who was exploring the haunted Padre Hotel in Bakersfield, California this night. Multiple workers have reported that room 704, which is the room they are staying in, has lots of negative energy in it. So the team walks through the room first to see if their devices would pick up anything.
The REM pod is going off. It's going off like crazy. Holy. Look, there's no electrical interference. So when me and Chris first arrived here, we set the REM pod, right, on that table, and it didn't go off at all during the day. Something's making going off now.
Maybe a sign that there was more to come? So the team decides to place a music box next to the REM pod to see if this could perhaps prove that there was something in the room with them. Apparently it can be triggered by magnetic energy.
That is crazy.
Here.
We need to do a sweep here. Or EMF sweep. We need to do an EMF sweep right here. Look, the music box is going off. What the hell? Don't take this out. Oh, I gotta take some pictures.
Besides this really unusual play, the camera also captures a nightmarish sound.
Dude, the music box is going off.
At this moment, we captured something very sinister. Right after I said the music box is going off, we believe it sounds like an angry demonic hissing. You can hear the tone of it hissing being louder than my voice.
Did they just capture demonic hissing? How creepy. Was it one of the former residents who found his end on the 7th floor? Feel free to enjoy the whole investigation on Popcorn's channel. The following video was shared by a concerned mother on her channel, the Mommy Wowpedia. They have CCTV cameras installed outside of the residence, and on one particular night, something terrifying seems to have been captured. She tells us, "I had a scary experience a couple of days ago. I saw something weird on our CCTV cameras. I watched it closer and I think I saw a ghost. I was so scared, but I couldn't find it after some seconds. We checked the backup, but couldn't find any ghost or paranormal thing as such. So today I noticed it again when I was playing with my daughter. I immediately captured it with my phone. Guess what? I checked the backup video and found nothing. Again. Please take a look and tell me what you think."
The pipe, the water. Oh,
You read the book, baby.
okay. Oh no, I spoiled it. I spoiled these flowers. Mommy, I spoiled these flowers. I did it wrong.
It looks like a lady who's leaning over the railing and resting her head on her hand. You can even make out the face a little, as well as her legs. It's a really mysterious encounter, since nobody seemed to have seen her in person, nor was she on the actual CCTV backup. Was it a ghost, reliving some of its memories? I couldn't say. What could have transpired here in your opinion? A pretty eerie video. This video was uploaded by a young woman who states that they as well had just moved into a new house. The house was relatively old, and there were a few unsettling events taking place ever since moving in. Apparently they could see an eerie shadow figure that popped up ever so often, standing at the foot of their bed at night. In this video, they started recording when some inexplicable poltergeist activity seemed to unfold out of nowhere again.
There's nothing. I wish you could do it. Me too. Let's see what's happening.
Is this the terrifying shadow entity that is messing with them, especially at night times? It's quite tall for sure, and I think we can only speculate its origin. Maybe something evil that is still bound to this place. The following video was recorded by Glenn. He contacted me via Instagram and stated that one night he had captured a shape in the fields when driving around. He got out of his car, walked up to it, and it apparently looked like a man on fire. But he could see right through the shape. It was so bizarre that he started recording the incident.
Is it moving towards us?
At first one might think that this is just a regular fire, a bonfire perhaps, or the entrance to a cave. One might think that it looks like as if it's lifting its arm. What really stands out to me is the movement of the fire creature. I have no explanation of what we are seeing here. Maybe an interdimensional being, something paranormal on the side of the road. Quite eerie though, isn't it? The next clip was uploaded by user Danny Donahue. There isn't much information about the clip itself, other than it was taken at an abandoned mine shaft. Danny and a friend were visiting the entrance to the mine shaft, which fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, was closed off with some wooden planks. This must be to keep visitors safe from the dangerous cave. However, it seems that there may be more dangers than a collapsing mine shaft here. Danny films the entire mine shaft, and although there's something definitely creepy about an abandoned location, nothing seems too out of place here. As he's filming through the wooden planks, he films something downright terrifying.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Go.
A huge figure suddenly appears from the darkness. This creature looks to be extremely tall and inhumanely thin, with grey skin and yellow shining eyes. There's no way this is human. Danny believes he has captured footage of a skinwalker here. For those who aren't familiar, skinwalkers are a type of witch from the Navajo culture that are believed to be able to mimic the form of various animals. These witches are thought to be extremely dangerous and often wish to cause harm on others. Could this really be a skinwalker? Probably just some amazing effects work from our friend Danny here. Please make sure to give his channel a visit. And whatever the answer, this was certainly a terrifying capture. The following video is also quite the spooky one. It was recorded by Ali McDaniel, who states that he had just returned from a fishing trip that day and that he heard some really alarming screams from a close-by public bathroom. He didn't see anybody entering, and he felt that this was quite odd, so he started recording this encounter.
Yo, what the? What the? Bro. There's nobody in here. Yo!
What Ali didn't realize at the time was that there seemed somebody else standing relatively close to him in the bathroom. Many people said that the screams seemed quite real though, making some believe that it might have been just a nice video project. But if not, what exactly had unfolded here that evening? The next video was captured by a family who came back from a little trip in Mexico. They were traveling along a road in the fields, which was relatively deserted. What made them pull out their phone was a scary looking object that was seemingly floating in the sky, just a few meters above the road. They said that it was an extremely scary looking shadow figure, with barely any facial features as far as they could tell. They had no explanation for this terrifying incident, other than something inexplicable that must have unfolded here. How else could we explain this? What is that thing? The following clip has been posted by a user called dstock95, and he starts the thread by saying, "During a power outage in an isolated town I was living in for work, I took a video after noticing all the cars had stopped on the road. I couldn't even hear them running. When the internet came back and a snap sent by a friend said, 'At least you weren't alone.' But I was. I've had multiple paranormal experiences, but this is the only one I've caught that still makes people shiver. So what had happened?" Bruh. What a movie. People seem to see a figure sitting at the counter in front of the candle. Can you see it? The interesting part is, D-Stock responds with, "There was actually no chairs there. There was an L-shaped countertop that I used for food prep. It looks to me as though someone is standing there and leaning on the counter. All I know is no one was in the house besides me, as I also have a video of me stubbing my toe on the way to the door. And in that video, nothing is there. What do you guys think? Is it a paranormal apparition? Or is it just a confusing effect caused by the candles?" This is another really strange video of a security camera, which was monitored by a security guard. He was looking at the camera system, which was surveilling the museum he was working in. He stated that he saw a weird shadow walking around, which initially caught his attention, and he started recording it off of his screen. There were some people enjoying the exhibition still. However, a semi-transparent shape seemed to pop up randomly. He had never seen something like that before. There was also a strange orb. In the end, it's not really clear what was captured that day. Our next capture was sent by Rhonda, who was on a nightly trip with her team, Shadow Patrol Paranormal Investigations. One of her team members seems to have recorded something really interesting on camera that night. Rhonda and her team are doing these investigations for over 20 years, and I'm sure that they have come across many intriguing things. But this night, an interesting mist could be captured on the left side of the screen. It appears that a wispy shape is flying straight through the screen. What was it? I have no idea. But I see that it definitely has paranormal potential. The following case has been shared by Pasillo, and the viewer had sent the video. The man recording was apparently attending a school event, and we can see a local band who was holding a concert at the time. Nothing unusual really happened that day. However, once the man was back home and was rewatching the recording, something seemed off in the background. Let's take a look. It was impossible for anybody to fit behind this TV stand, and the man recording almost got a heart attack when realizing that something sinister seems to have stared back at him. Do we have any explanation for this event? If not, was it something paranormal perhaps? Certainly looks like a transparent ghost, doesn't it? Following video has been shared by SepCarl8890, and they state that they also captured some ghost activity that was captured in Aston Hall, Birmingham, and nobody did expect it at the time. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a pretty old manor.
Mary?
There's a shadow! Well, I clearly saw that too. Wow.
Mary? Are you still in there, Mary? You could come.
And it was kind of translucent too, I feel.
My name's Thomas. Hello?
Oh, there it was again! And then unfortunately the video ended.
Mary? Mary, it's Thomas. Oh, since you're at the bottom of the door.
Yeah, wow.
I swear down.
You even see the reflection on the bottom of the door.
No, I swear down, bottom corner, Bob. No, honestly. Just film it in bottom corner there. Bottom corner of the gap. Mary? Mary, Thomas, you can come out now. Mary? Mary, you in there? I know.
At least they're brave, you know, at least they're not straightly running away after this
You in there,
happens.
Mary? I can see you. Can you move past that door again? Oh, she did as well.
Well, this is really intriguing. It seems to be quite intelligent, this paranormal force. Who is Mary? Does anybody know the story behind this manor?
So many people are asking this question. Me and my husband are not investigators, nor are we ghost hunters. We was there as tourists. My husband thought it was clever to call out Mary after learning her history of walking around the castle. I was petrified and didn't find it very funny. And as you can hear in the video, I kept saying how scared I was. When we saw the shadow, as I dropped my phone, as you can see my phone goes down,
Oh, I didn't notice that.
something came towards us. At this point, I had started crying as a big grown woman. I don't mess with spirits, I don't mess with anything like that. Since leaving there, I have felt so weak, so sick. So I hope this clarifies.
Well, I understand. Being confronted with a shadow like head on like that is probably not easy for most people. Another lonesome explorer who made his way out to investigate an abandoned house. Locals mentioned that they could hear screams stemming from the place once in a while. Nothing too crazy yet, but he was about to capture something that he couldn't explain. Who is that girl? Was she a former resident here? The man was sure that he was alone at the time. This video was captured by a couple who was on their way home the following night. Weirdly enough, they state that in this part of town, a lot of strange encounters had been documented over the past few years. And yes, even a lot of ghost sightings. On a related note, a lot of traffic accidents had occurred there over the last 20 to 30 years. The two told their viewers that they weren't exactly sure what they had seen at the time, but it must have been extremely bone-chilling. Look at that ghoulish face. The couple believes that this might have been one of the many traffic victims that had left our physical world over the years. Their viewers state that the face looks burnt and that it's an extremely sinister visage. Of course, we cannot say if this wasn't just a person with a scary mask on, or if there was something inexplicable going on. Pretty eerie.